Whew. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna find out some good lo-fi. I'm trying to find some good musico. How's this one? It sounds nice. What's this one? This is nice. This is cute. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Nervous as hell. I hope it's not too late for people, honestly. I'm also trying to get this to stream on YouTube and it's not doing it for me. Oh, I don't want to log out. Oh man. Oh boy. I think this is okay. I think. Let's see what happens. Okay, so for some reason I can't get this stream to YouTube as well, but it is what it is, you know. I'm just gonna have the chat for this open here so I can see your oh shoot. And move this over here. There we go. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm just gonna keep talking and hope for the best because this is my first live coding and I'm nervous. I hope that you can all hear me okay, and if you can't, let me know if you can't. Let me see. Oh, sugar. My headphones aren't even connected to this. I was wondering why I wasn't really sounding weird. I'm building a DevOps project for my portfolio, and thought it would be great to build a project and build along with everybody else and learn at the same time. The project is like broken down to stages, so I will be using Docker and Kubernetes today. So we'll be learning together. I hope you find it interesting. Let me see now. Right, so let's close all of this, and I've got this open twice. It shouldn't be open twice. Okay, here we go. Much better. Okay, so let me figure all this out. I think what I'll do is have this go across the screen rather than like this. Oh, maybe not. But that'll be okay, I think. Yeah. Do this for now. So, where I left off last time. Hi, Cat Cave. My YouTube isn't working, so the live chat for YouTube isn't coming up, and I'd have to log out to try and sort that out, but it's a bit late, so I'm just gonna continue and just wing it out. Oh boy. So in the last time I even just touched this project, I was familiarizing myself with Kubernetes. It wasn't. It was open fast API. So I have basically kind of created a chat for myself with Claude, where I have like kind of asked for some advice and guidance on how to build this project without necessarily telling me how to do it, because I want to learn how to do it. That would be helpful for interviews and things like that. So what I was able to do was get my first cluster up and running. So it was running really well. Then what I need to do now, the challenge is to deploy my first pod. So for Claude, that the task is to create a simple Python web application pod that will eventually become your data collector service. So at the end of the project, the goal is to have a microservices based sensory data processing platform, because I already have a machine learning model that I built that can help predict and prevent sensory overload for autistic people and those with ADHD like myself. And at some point I'm going to turn that into like a free app at some point. But as I was laid off like 2 weeks ago, I just want to use that machine learning model and create a DevOps project so that I have strong skills using projects that are relatable to a data engineer role and to a DevOps engineer role. So I'm aiming for a project that will do both. So today's session will be container orchestration with Kubernetes. If any questions come up, please feel free to ask. Doesn't have to be related to this project. It can honestly be related to anything. But I want to talk through the project as I'm learning out loud. And even if you have any like answers for me of things where I get stuck, don't be afraid to kind of like, give some solutions so that we can all kind of figure it out together, because I think that's really important. So the challenge here, when I scroll down, I want to actually make sure that I actually do have thingy. Let me just check to make sure actually. So this is the command cube central get nodes. So let's see what's it got here. Unhandled error. Ooh, is that because I've got my oh sugar, I think it's because I've got my Docker running. 1 second. I've got a Docker image running because I was well, I think I do. Do I? Oh, it is stopped. No, it's not running. That's okay. Right, yo. So let me go back to the beginning. So let's get Minikube started. You can't see my screen? Oh my god, can you see me? Oh. You can see your screen and you, okay, okay. Okay, Kofi, maybe exit the live and come back. Yes, I see your questions. Bear with me. I will definitely get to your questions and answer them. Just want to try and find my bearings a little bit and getting Minikube started. So bear with me. But I'll definitely answer them, promise. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Do you know what? I always feel like the biggest, like I've accomplished something when I just run a simple command, like to just start something and it just gets all like this. It genuinely makes me feel like I feel so smart, even though I'm not really like sure what I'm even doing. I'm learning along the way, but it looks great. So I've started Minikube start. Let me know if the music is too loud as well. Like, is it too loud? Or even if you can't hear it, it's okay. I just want to have some music to kind of like some lo-fi. Oh gosh. So here we go. So I ran Minikube start and it's using the Docker driver based on existing profile. So I've already installed Docker, installed that. Starting Minikube primary control plane node in Minikube cluster is pulling a base image, restarting existing Docker container for Minikube, preparing Kubernetes, verifying Kubernetes, using an image for Kubernetes Minikube, enabled some add-ons, and then done. So it's now created a Kube Central is now configured to use Minikube cluster in default namespace by default. So let's have a look, because I think my understanding of that is that a cluster has been created called Minikube or default. So there's a command here, which is kube central get nodes, and there it is. There is the cluster and up and running, so it's all good. So right, so I ran Minikube start already, and then it said kube central get node call. Kube central, I don't know if it's kube central or kube control. I just see it as central. I'm sorry. So just checking out the information on the cluster here, and yeah, Kubernetes control plane is running on my local host. Core DNS is running on my local host as well to further debug, so I think that should be okay. So how did you learn coding? I'm about to finish my bachelor's. Code First Girls was how I got my how I got introduced to code, and at the time when I started, it was just an introduction to web development. So that's how I got my intro to code, which I think is a good way to actually learn how to code. Like if you're more of a visual learner, to understand what the code is doing, I think it's a much better approach. I think when I look back, I think if there were more options, I definitely would have gone a different route by learning like SQL and data analysis more so. But as an intro, that's where I started, Code First Girls. And I would recommend that you look at like getting some whatever resources, try and go for like the most cost effective. Like when I say cost effective, I mean free. I don't think it's that deep to pay for to learn programming. I really don't. If you want to do if you want a career in data engineering, definitely learn Python. Definitely learn Python, familiarize yourself with like databases, get some understanding of that. And you can even use like tools like AI to help draft up a plan of what tools to learn and familiarize yourself with. And just do like a step-by-step plan. Start with the fundamentals first before you throw yourself in the deep end of everything else. So before you get to things like Snowflake and Databricks and all those big tools, like just start with the basics. So start with Python and familiarize yourself with that, and then you can start to build on some projects and stuff. How can I get better at coding and programming Python? Practice. Like you can have theory, like for example with me, if Kubernetes and Docker, these tools are very common tools for those that work in DevOps. I have personally never used it before and I'm learning publicly because this is the best way for me to learn. I learn really well by learning with other people. This is new territory for me, which is why I understand that theoretically what Kubernetes is and what Docker is and how it works, but applying the knowledge, that's where I kind of fall short. So theory is not enough. You have to build projects. You have to. It's necessary. What you see. Yeah, I'm using VS Code. It's the tool that I've always used when it came to learning how to code, even with courses and stuff. But yeah, it's a tool that I've always used, so I'm just used to it. I don't think I can ever switch. I know like when I was working as a data engineer, I was using IntelliJ. And that's because we also use Scala, the programming language Scala. And IntelliJ was just the programming language, the IDE that we used. So yeah. So let me just have a look here. So Claude said once we confirm your cluster is running, and I confirmed that already here earlier this week. And now it's time to deploy my first pod. So the challenge number 1 is to deploy your first pod. So I'm going to try and get that done in this session with you guys today. Any errors that come up is beyond my control, so let's just figure it out. So the task is to first create a simple Python file that runs a basic web server. We'll make it more complex later. That's cool. Then create a Docker file to containerize it. Then we're going to create a Kubernetes pod manifest, which is a YAML file, which I have here. So I have a YAML file here. Nothing in it, but it's just there. Docker file. I don't think that's correct, honestly. But I followed the docs for something basic, so let's see what happens. And then deploy it to the cluster that we've just created, right? The what would we call it? Minikube cluster. So So it said here, instead of giving the solution, I'll provide the requirements and you can try and implement them. No worries. So requirements for the Python app: create a file named app.py, which I've done right here. Use Flask or Fast API. I'm going for Fast API. Fast API, I haven't used Fast API before. I've used Flask before, so I thought I'd give myself a challenge, do something different. Oh, hi Black Excellence. How are you able to make your screen like this? I use Streamlabs. One of my mutuals recommended that to me, so Streamlabs is what I use. I tried to get this to stream on YouTube as well at the same time, but unfortunately for some reason it failed for YouTube, which is why the live chat here is blank. I'm not getting much alerts and stuff, but yeah, Streamlabs. You can use it for free if you want to stream just to one platform, for example TikTok. But if you want to stream to multiple platforms, you'll have to pay for that. You prefer data to DevOps? Yeah, I think for me, like, I was a data engineer at BT a few years back. I found that a lot more interesting. This was before we kind of integrated the cloud. So before we started using Google Cloud for like BigQuery and stuff like that, we very much were. It was just before we started implementing cloud, but I really enjoyed it. Then I became a DevOps engineer after that at Dropbox. And then after that, when I was laid off, I got a job as a developer relations engineer at a startup focusing on DevOps. And I want to switch back to something technical, but I do enjoy data engineering, and the role has changed a lot since then. So like tools like Snowflake and Databricks, we didn't use that. So there's a lot that I have to kind of learn and figure out on my own. But that's the goal for me, is to get back into becoming a data engineer. I'm open to being a DevOps engineer because that's my skill set, and I kind of want to make sure that I have strong skills in both. You know, but yeah. And also because after, in terms of switching to data engineering, my plan is that it will make a lot more sense in terms of what I'm planning career-wise to move into in the next couple of years, which is research engineering. So for me, it makes a lot more sense to switch to data engineering and build up that skill set. But at the moment, as I've been laid off, I'm applying for jobs for both a DevOps engineer and a data engineer, because in this economy, you need to just kind of throw yourself out there for both when you have the experience for both. But my fingers crossed is for data engineering. How do I learn it and I'm willing to pay too? For learning like Python, I would say it would be ideal. The thing is, I was taught Python. So I learned in a learning environment. I didn't learn necessarily online. But Free Code Camp on YouTube has some really good courses as well. And you can always follow along with that. It also depends on how you learn. Some people just would like to look up like beginner Python projects on YouTube and just kind of follow along with them. And everything that the tutor or the YouTuber is kind of sharing, they go ahead and just kind of Google everything to help with their learning. So it really depends on how best you learn. Some people learn by reading books about this stuff. I've met a couple of people like that. I don't know how they do it, but that's how they learn. Some people will prefer to throw themselves in the deep end. Yeah, I can see the comments. I'm trying to just focus on both. Sorry. Do you use Databricks or Snowflake? Which one to learn? Well, I've used Snowflake before. Databricks I haven't touched on yet, but I am kind of self-learning those things because I've never used it in a professional environment. So I would say that for Snowflake, for example, they have like free resources and courses and stuff online, on their website. Um, no harm in giving that a shot, you know. But I would start with like one at a time. But both are useful. There are some companies and data engineering teams out there that use both Databricks and Snowflake. Um, so if you're unsure of which one to learn, just learn one at a time. I would start with Snowflake because it has free resources. I haven't looked into Databricks to know if they have free resources yet. Um, where and how do I practice Python? Like I know if while statements and those very basic stuff. Um, there are some platforms like, for example, Code Wars. Code Wars, if you want to learn about like, if you want like a kind of gamified way to do coding challenges, you can do Code Wars. I enjoy Code Wars. I think it's quite fun. Leak Code as well. And someone suggested that when you do leak code, look at the solution. And I think it's important as well, because I get what they're saying, that like maybe learning the solution to understand why that's the solution can help you break down why certain coding like challenges are the way they are, and that could also help to improve your knowledge as well. It's a great way to learn. And the other thing is small projects. Don't make it too big, just simple projects. Look up some simple projects and tutorials and stuff where you're actively building alongside the person teaching you, not just kind of watching them do it. You're not going to learn anything by just watching them. You need to be able to kind of apply that knowledge. So what was the order? SQL, Python, and what else? I would start with those two first. Start with Python and SQL. Python, both those languages, both Python and SQL will be the best programming languages to learn. But I would start with those first. Get comfortable with those languages first, then you can start looking at tools. But one step at a time, because it can be a lot. Are you asking the end goal of my project? Oh, building a data processing platform, basically. I have like a machine learning model, which is here. And this machine learning model that I built helps to predict and prevent sensory overload for autistic people and ADHDers. I was going to turn this into an app, and I probably will in the future, but as I've been laid off as of 2 weeks ago, I kind of want to just take that and kind of put it into like a DevOps platform for my portfolio, because I don't have anything in my portfolio that's quite recent. But yeah, the end goal of all of this is to have a really cool machine learning strong DevOps project, strong data engineering project for my portfolio as I start my job search. Thank you so much for the follows, guys. Use the OBS plugin. Oh, what does that do? What does a OBS plugin do? Thank you, Another Planet. Yeah, look into LeetCode. I think everyone kind of talks about LeetCode a lot, and it seems to be quite a popular. It seems to be the platform, but I think that you should also kind of branch. Like LeetCode is there and it's great. Code Wars is also a really good platform too. I think for me, I like even HackerRank, for example, is another one. I think it really depends on how best you learn and what you prefer, but Code Wars, I like how it's gamified, so I go for that. What was the YouTube videos you recommended? Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp. And just looking up like beginner Python projects. What's a good project? Ooh. A good project like in Python? My head is blank for that. Let's have a look. Because I feel like the ones that I did back in the day, there's a reason why those projects are private. Nah. Python projects. Let's say even for data engineering, maybe. Let's have a look. This looks like an interesting data engineering project portfolio. Create a project with me, building data models and databases. That's pretty cool. It's from 3 years ago. Using PostgreSQL and Python. I think this is pretty good. Trust YouTube. There's people that have content on here absolutely free that are very much beginner friendly. Oh my god, a weather data app. Oh my god, I did that. Oh, I did that ages ago. It was so bad. I think like we used oh my god, was it this? I feel like I did something. No, it wasn't this exact type of project. I did something similar and I used the open weather API. Oh, that was years ago. I wouldn't even know how to do it again. But that project is private on my GitHub. Because it was so long ago, but it was definitely my early coding days. But yeah. Charisma, which language, Python or SQL? I will start with Python. Did you see the layoff coming? Yeah. Yeah. Which is why I started applying for jobs 3 months ago. I wasn't like applying for jobs like seriously, but I started applying. I can't say like how I knew. My recent layoff I definitely saw coming. I can't say how I knew because signed some stuff. With Dropbox I also had a feeling. With Dropbox I had a feeling like a good 6 months before the layoff. I had a feeling that a layoff was gonna happen. So when it happened, it came as a shock, but it didn't come as a surprise. It was a surprise because of the day that it happened and how many people were laid off. But it wasn't a surprise in terms of like the layoff just happening. Right, so let's have a look here and see. So I need to use fast API, have a single endpoint called /health that returns status okay. So I made a start on this and I just put a / in there because I was following the doc for fast API, which let me just get that up. So fast API website, let's go to the docs. Speed this up a little bit. I've already got fast API installed. Sometimes in their docs they have here in the tutorial first steps, there we go. The simplest fast API file could look like this. So from fast API import fast API, done. App equals fast API, I did that. App.get / and then async def root open bracket close bracket and then return message hello world. I took that and just switched it up and just put return status okay, so that when I run it, it can just appear on my local running. And then, so run the live server. What I hate, because I'm such a perfectionist, it says here to have a single endpoint called health, which I have not done. Work directory. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Let me just open the terminal. Where's the terminal? Shoot, where's the terminal? New terminal. I didn't even realize I closed the terminal. Okay, so I need to run this command here, which was what? Fast API dev main.py, but no, we're going to do app.py, just name the file. So fast API dev app.py. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's running on my local. Importing the fast API app object from the module with the following code. Using import string app serving started. Okay, so it's now running. So open that. Okay, there we go. You see that? So it's a status okay. Right. So far so okay. It's working. So that's good. And then what was the other thing they told me to do? It's running on port 80, that's fine. So for the Docker file, so okay, so we have literally created a simple Python file that runs a basic web server. Yay! So next step is to create a Docker file to containerize it. So from what it's saying here, use Python 3.9 or newer, install the necessary requirements and run your app. I feel like the answer will be in the docs for Docker. So let's go on the website there. Let's have a look. Which language? Currently this is Python. I'm using Python. We will be moving on, like, so we're using Python here, and then we're using Docker, and we're also going to be using YAML at some point in the project, but at the moment, one step at a time. So now we're on to Docker. So we moved on from the web app. Very simple, very, because that's how it's supposed to be at the moment. We're going to build on it as time goes on. So now the step that Claude said was to create a Docker file to containerize it. So I've created a Docker file. So I guess what I can do now is kind of see like whether this Docker file is correct. Because I typed this up already. So now my question is, what did I do? Where did I get that from? Because I feel like I looked at the docs for something. Oh, I did. I followed a guide. No, it wasn't a guide. It was a beginner thing. Shoot. It was something here. Build and push your first image, maybe? Never seen that guy in my life. It was something else. What is Docker? No. What are hiring managers looking for? Projects, portfolio. And I think like it's hard for me to say as well, because obviously I've been laid off too. I've been laid off twice, and I'm only just speaking from the experience of kind of sitting in on interviews, and also I've interviewed other candidates before, and kind of like shadowed other like senior engineers that have done interviews. Majority of the time they look at projects. They want to know that they hire you and you know what the hell you're going to be doing. You can kind of jump right in, and they want to see the skills you have. What I have found is that certifications just aren't that deep. You can have a certification, doesn't mean that you know what you're doing. Kind of like you can have a degree and you don't necessarily have the knowledge or the knowledge of how to apply what you've learnt, if that makes sense. So for me, for example, a lot of my certifications are very much fundamentals. I've got the Microsoft Azure AI Fundamental certification. I've got a Google Big Data and Machine Learning Fundamental certification. What else do I have? A generative AI certification from, I can't even remember. But everything's fundamental. But from talking to like senior engineers and stuff, having a certification just really doesn't really add as much source as we think, and like at least not in this 2025 market. It has a lot less value, in my opinion. I feel like it's had a lot less value. I feel like it'll only add more value if you have been lucky enough to collate experience already. So if, for example, for myself, I can decide to go and get a certification, do something in like AWS. Let me not say AWS because I'm more comfortable with Google Cloud because that's what I've used the most in my career. But I can do the Google Cloud Data Engineering Professional certification. But because I've also got working experience at a major telecommunications company in the UK, it will probably go hand in hand quite well. That, with my experience, with a certification, with projects in my portfolio that I can explain well, and also having even just having a degree these days. I think a lot of tech professionals will speak and agree that a lot of the job applications that you're seeing, they're asking for degrees or masters or even PhDs for jobs that I used to do or I've already done. So yeah, it's a very different market, but yeah, have a project. Find a way to collect experience. I know it's very difficult to do because you need to get hired. But if there's a way that you can also think about maybe volunteering, like there's a platform, like if you're interested in data engineering or data science even, there's a platform called Data Kind. So Data Kind, like kindness. They're a charity and they have like projects and stuff where you can volunteer your skills and contribute to projects. For I think it's for charities and things like that, or like projects that they're building for some things. But Data Kind could be a good way to volunteer, get experience, learn from other professionals. I've only heard about it through word of mouth, which is why I'm suggesting it to you. I haven't volunteered myself with them, but to be able to volunteer as a data engineer, get that skill put on your CV, it could be helpful, you know. I'm just gonna put this light down because I feel like I'm being blinded, bro. My days. Woo. Hold on, how do I turn this down? Nope, I just turned it up. That's better. Oh my god, that light was so blinding. Hi Kelly. Jennifer, what as a beginner, how do I start? What do you want to begin doing? Like learning to code, or like, let me know. Is it just learning to code, or is it that there's a role that you have in mind that you want to get? Where can I find free APIs? I'm looking for quotes for my project. Oh, you can get free APIs anywhere. There's loads of free APIs. There's loads. Loads. There's the open weather API. There's I remember like years ago, like there was a what was the name of that platform that has like stocks that you can get stock information and stuff. Look, boom, I've already found it. Like here's like literally a GitHub repo with a list of free public APIs. I remember like there's like even an API out there for like hospital data and stuff. There's loads. There's loads. Look at that. Oh, this is sick. Oh, an API called Adopt a Pet, resource to help get pets adopted. Don't gas me. Oh my god, they're so cute. Pictures of cats from Tumblr. MoveBank, movement and migration data of animals. Oh, they've got loads in here. Like here's stuff for news. New York Times has an open a free API. Oh, this is amazing. Let me go ahead and bookmark this because I have never seen this before. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is fantastic. Have you guys seen this before? What's this? Continuous integration. Ooh. So for anyone interested in DevOps, look at that. Some CI APIs. Azure DevOps Health. Resource Health helps to you diagnose and get support when an Azure issue impacts your resources. Circle CI is quite a common DevOps tool. But yeah, this is really cool. That's really cool. Anyway, let me get back to this. Hi. Out and data. Hi, was it user 555-687-294-7440? King Dylan, Data Camp is good too. Yeah, Data Camp is really good. I've got a lot of recommendations of that as well. Okay, so let me have a look here. So I want to check to see if my Docker file is correct. So let me edit this. So my Docker file reads as below. Is it correct so far? Please don't give me the correct. Please don't give me the solution. So let me take this and put that in here, and let's have a look. Ah, already. So it says here, you are on the right track with your Docker file. That's what I love to hear. Oh, thanks for sharing the live, guys. Let's analyze it line by line. This base image should work, though a more standard choice would be Python 3.9 Slim or similar. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how the hell I got this. Oh, I typed it in. I typed it in. It literally suggested some Docker images that I can use. So okay, so it seems this is it. Okay. work directory, app, online, and then the run install. This section looks good. Creating a dedicated working directory and copying files is a standard practice. Perfect. So we're doing well. Then the final 2 lines, command Python 3 and app.py and expose 3000. 2 small issues to consider. Okay, for our challenge, we specified port 80. Okay, but you're exposing 3000. Okay, sorry. So let me change that. Expose 8080. This mismatch could cause connectivity issues. Makes sense. Okay, that's kind of like simple. That's fine. The order of your statements, typically expose comes before command. Okay, so let me take that. Though it's not strictly required. I need to learn to read the full sentence before I actually do something. I really do. Also, don't forget that you'll need to create the app.py file with your web server code. I already have. A requirements.text file that lists your dependencies, Flask or... Okay, I haven't done that, have I? Okay, so I need a requirements.text file. I have no idea how that's supposed to look, so we're gonna have to look that up. Requirements.text. Okay. Yes, recently explored the TFL API because of this list. Oh, you saw that list too? I didn't even know that TFL had an API. There's a lot of APIs out there. So to whoever asked about free APIs, definitely just have a Google search. There is a lot of APIs out there, trust me. So let's have a look here. So a requirements text file that lists your dependencies, Flask or Fast API. But I don't know how it's supposed to look. Like, oh shoot, how did it do that? List of requirements for the app. Okay. Oh yeah. So it needs to be that I put like fast. Boom. There we go. Oh. Now I know why it's finishing off. I installed Copilot. I'm sure that's what it is because I'm sure I have that running. Yeah, Copilot's running. That's why. Oh. That makes me happy. Oh shoot. So then I need to put oh, excuse me. Got me getting tired already. Once I've done this, I'm gonna head for bed, and then I'll probably go live again on Thursday, and because I've got an assignment due. I'm at uni. I'm literally just in my final year of my degree, the same degree that I dropped out of in 2019. I went back to finish it off, and I've got a few months left. Then once I get my degree, going on to do a master's in September, and I can't wait. And I really feel like I'll do a PhD afterwards. Okay, try adjusting the port to match your requirements. I have. Then you can move on to creating the Python app and requirements file. Would you like hints for those next? No, I would like to share what I've done and for you to let me know if it's correct. So it looks like my Docker file is correct. Ooh. Shoot. So the Docker file is correct. The app.py is correct. Why is it coming up with that? Well, it's still running, so it's fine. So what was the thing I needed to do here? Okay, so Docker file is done. So now we're going back up. So I need to requirements for the Kubernetes pod manifest. So I like to go to the docs first. I think we depend, there's nothing wrong with depending a lot on AI to help you come up with resolve issues and stuff and ask questions. But I think that sometimes just going through the docs is also a really good practice to have. That's how you remember the knowledge as well, in my opinion. So what was it that they told me to do again? A pod manifest. Okay, never done that before. So let's have a look and see. I don't even know what a pod manifest is. Okay, pods. Is this the same thing? Let's go with pods. Let's just go with this. Okay, pods are the smallest deployable units of computing that you can create and manage in Kubernetes. A pod, as in a pod of whales or pea pod, is a group of one or more containers with shared storage and network resources and a specification for how to run the containers. Okay, a pod's contents are always co-located and co-scheduled and run in a shared context. A pod models an application-specific logical host. It contains one or more application containers which are relatively tightly coupled. Is there like a visual of this? I like docs, but I really wish that sometimes docs had more visuals. Okay, like think Beyonce. We need like visuals. I need to visualize what the hell are you talking about? Anyway, what happened? I just accepted an internship. Congratulations, No Name. That's amazing. But so nervous. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be nervous. I was definitely nervous in my coding journey. I was definitely nervous when I got my first tech role. It's completely okay to be nervous. It's normal to be nervous. Oh guys, thanks for all the likes too. Oh my god, over 1,000 likes. Thanks everyone. Makes me so happy. Kubernetes. I am DB Daryl. Kubernetes makes me nervous. You think I'm nervous too? This is like my first time really building something. I've never touched Kubernetes, so this is all quite new to me. But best way to learn is to learn in public, right? So if I crash everything, it's okay. I'll come back in a week or two. No, I'm joking. I'll have to come back and fix it. But if I crash it, then we crashed it because you guys didn't help me. So okay, so it looks like this is a pod manifest here. So you have the API version, kind, metadata. This is all, I don't know how this. So, thanks, Daryl. Oh, DB Daryl. Thanks. I'm trying to understand. So a pod is similar to a set of containers with shared namespace. Is there like a diagram somewhere of pods? Diagram, pods. I need the visuals. Okay, I really need the visuals. Like I can't visualize it. My brain doesn't work like that. I have to be able to visualize it. I can't, like, because all I see is writing. I'm like, babes, I know what you're saying, but I don't. Respectfully, what are you on about? What's this? So, what's this image? Pod 1, pod 2, pod 3, pod 4, right? Then you have the IP address for those pods, okay? Then within the pods, you have different items. So these cylinder things is a volume that represents a volume, and these squares represent a containerized app. So it's kind of like, so it's a pod, and then you have something in the pod. So that's the, okay, so that's basically explains containerization, right? Right? You need to know Kubernetes to think anything DevOps. That's true. Oh god, that is definitely true. That's why I'm learning now. Especially like for interviews and stuff. I need to learn it. It's interesting that I was a DevOps engineer at Dropbox for 2 years. We never used Kubernetes. That never came up. But I think it was just because the way that the team was structured. Like, I know that there was another team using Docker, but we didn't use Docker. I guess it wasn't relevant to us, but yeah. Interesting, right? But yeah, Kubernetes is something that I need to learn, and Docker. And I also, like, I've applied for a couple of data engineering jobs where they're asking if you have knowledge. They're saying if you have knowledge of DevOps, it's a plus, or like have an understanding of like CI/CD infrastructure stuff. And I'm like, oh, the data engineer role has kind of evolved since I was a data engineer back in 2021. That was like 4 years ago. Let's just have a look. Amina Rose. Hi, Amina. I'm a visual learner as well and understand the struggle. Oh, thank you. Like, I have to be able to see for me to understand. And I love the internet because you can just kind of check to just see, like, and there's no way you're the only person that have thought the way that you thought. But yeah, this is a good diagram. So you have the pods, then you have the container within the pods. Okay. Governor said, think of a pod like a container. A pod runs one container at a time, ideally. Okay. Thanks, Governor. That makes a lot more, I feel that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Hello. Hi. Ufuruma, hi. Terraform too, yes. I have experience with Terraform because I did use Terraform at Dropbox, but I haven't touched it in a while. But on my little plan as we're building this project, once we get in the containerization down with Kubernetes, we'll be doing some infrastructure as code with Terraform. So that'll be the next step in the project. I'm excited to build with you guys. You guys just kind of see how this project builds and stuff and grows. It's exciting. What are you working on today? Hi, Frost. I am working on building a project. It's a machine learning sensory data processing platform, and we're using DevOps tools to build it up. And this is going to be for my portfolio. Yeah, I don't have a really cool project in my portfolio. I built a machine learning model here. Took me ages to do, but it was really fun to do. And I was going to turn this into an app, but then the layoff happened, and I was like, well, I want to use this to kind of build something interesting and unique for, you know, my portfolio. That also aligns with things that are interesting to me. So that's the whole plan. Building on this. So yeah, hope you can follow along and stuff. It is like the number one important skill that companies look for. Kubernetes, everything. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to kind of learn publicly with that. I think trying to learn on my own, I knew that I would just be like, oh my gosh, like I need something to keep me motivated. But yeah, it's definitely necessary. Definitely necessary to learn. And yeah, I feel like sometimes like when you're in tech and stuff, you can kind of get carried away with the job that you don't give yourself space to learn new tools. But yeah, that's a regret of mine. But with the layoff now, I guess I have the time. I feel like I saw someone ask a question. Emina Rose said, Jennifer, are you Ghanaian? No, I am Congolese. Congo Kinshasa. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I mention I'm Congolese, they're like, what? There's always like an idea in people's mind and how being Congolese is. But I promise you, I don't wear like like crocodile shoes and stuff. But yeah, I am Congolese. Yeah. So and then think of a pod like your terminal. Okay. You can enter the pod and run commands inside it too. Oh, that's a really good way of explaining it. Thanks, Governor. That's a really good way of explaining it. I get that. But the main job of the pod is to start and stop a Docker container or keep it running. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm glad I'm learning this publicly. I'm so glad I'm learning this publicly because, yeah, this is needed. I miss learning with people. I really do miss learning with people. I think that's kind of like the downside of working remotely, being able to kind of come together and just code together and stuff. I actually miss that. But yeah, where was I? So what was the next step on this? Okay, so requirements for the pod manifest save as pod.yaml, which I've done. Pod name data collector, container name collector, and then use the image you build expose port 80. Okay, so what I need to understand is how the structuring of a pod.yaml file looks like. So okay, so let's have a look. What container am I doing? So let me just take the template of this. Okay, so what's all these lines? What the fuck? Why is it coming out like that? Okay, and then the lines disappear. Okay. Oh, okay. I guess the formatting for this site is no more. Is this right? This doesn't look right to me. Okay. Oh, nope. Oh, nope. Okay, I'll leave it like this. Right here. So, the container port being 8080 because I put that in there. And then the pod name. Where does that go in? Kind of pod? Do I want to create the pod above? Ah, code cloud. Oh, okay. Oh, not the battery died in my keyboard. Piss off. Battery just died on my keyboard. Oh, it's ridiculous. Okay, let's try and grab this here. Plug it in. Okay. Okay, we're back. We are back, baby. We are back. Okay, code cloud. Ooh, okay, I'll be using this. Oh, this looks good. This looks good already. I'm definitely gonna have to be practicing this in my free time. Is it free? $15 a month for all standard courses and all hands-on labs. Depending on, well, it feels like a good investment with all you're getting. I won't bother with the AI thing. I feel like everyone is throwing AI everywhere. I'm not paying that. I might do the code cloud Pro. That makes a lot more sense. Thanks for the link, Governor. I really appreciate that. Best of luck, Jennifer. Thank you, Roma. Thank you. Oh gosh, try to see. So I need, ooh. Yeah, the interviews for DevOps have been difficult. I've had one interview so far for DevOps, and no. I kind of messed up. I was like, oh my god, I need to practice so much more. So let's have a look here and understand the template for the docs for the pods. Okay, so here's a API version 1. I'll leave that at that. Kind pod. Oh shoot, this is for a job. Nope. Right? The sample below is a manifest for a simple job with a template that starts one container. The container in that pod prints a message, then pauses. Okay, interesting. Thobsby says React. No, I have no experience with React. Never used React in my life. I've only ever used React to create some docs, and when I tell you, I still don't know what the hell I was doing. But no experience with React here. I'm using Python, and at the moment I'm building a pod manifest using YAML. So metadata. So container name here, I need to change to collector. And then the pod name, does that go in here? What? No, that's type of, it's the pod, that's fine. Metadata, is that where I put data collector? Trying to figure out where I put the data name. Oh, this is interesting. Whoa. There's a lot of suggestions from that app. Okay, let me just have a look and see. Let's have Claude review this. I feel like I haven't. I feel like I should be changing the image to Python here. Nope, fine. That's what I've used here. And that's 3.9.1. But I'll leave it like this for now. Oh, shoot. Okay. Try to create these files first. When we get started, I can write here so we can break it down to smaller steps. Where would you like to start? So, I'll close my terminal window. Okay, so I'll put that back up. So. Personally feel like something is wrong. I don't know what it is that I've done wrong, but I just feel like something's wrong. Does that make sense? Don't know what I've done wrong, but I just feel like something is wrong. So it's a point in shelter. Use Cube Central, apply, deploy once you're ready. Okay. Well, before I check if it's ready, let me get Claude to review my pod.yaml file. Can you view my pod.yaml file? Oops. I personally think the pod.yaml file is correct. It's pulling an image, Python 3.9, which is what I've also used in the Docker file, which is also listed in the requirements. And it's exposing the same port, container port 8080, which is also here in the Docker file, 8080. So that's correct. Then I've named the pod and the image and the type of file, pod, and the kind. What I'm creating with the YAML, pod.yaml file, I'm creating a pod. I'm just going to keep API version 1. Not really sure what else to put there, so I'm just going to leave that for now. So let's have a look and let's get some feedback from from Claude. It's really cool. Let's see what questions we have here. Oh, thank you for the coin, everyone. That's so sweet. We appreciate the support. Some questions. Could you explain what DevOps engineering is? Oh, Governor responded to that. Governor responded and said DevOps engineering is the process of getting software from built stage to ship stage. That's literally it. So all the coding from managing servers, the software runs on, and all that is DevOps. Also maintaining the application. Yeah. Thanks for that response, Governor. I really appreciate that. So, 40. Hi. I don't know why you did the little monkey face, so I just thought I'd say hi. Oh my gosh, hi love. I'm happy to see you live again. Hi Ruby. Good to see you too. Hope you've had a good day. It's getting late. And I'm getting sleepy. Can't lie. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there was indentation in there. Just want to add that. I'm saying indentation is critical in YAML files, and the current indentation is inconsistent. All properties at the same level should have the same indentation. Okay, the name field should be aligned properly. It is. It just wasn't formatting well. Wait, what? You're using the standard Python image rather than the image you'll build from your Docker file. What? What? Okay. Wait, what? I'm so confused. What's my image? Is that that's a directory. What is it? app.py? Python 3? What is the custom image? What is that? What? So so I have to, so this is the wrong name. Okay, so it should, okay. Right, so the image is when you say containers, in the specification you put containers, and under image is the name of you put the name of the image you're actually creating. The image that I'm going to build from my Docker file. Okay, I think I get it. I had class from 6 to 9 p.m. and I'm shattered. Oh my god, I used to have 6 to 9 p.m. classes at Birkbeck University. Oh my gosh, I feel you. I remember saying last year I was gonna be starting my part-time masters at Queen's University, Belfast, and now I have 3 classes left of my first year. I love it for you, Ruby. Well done. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to start my masters. I'm so excited to start my masters. You have no idea. And I'm probably gonna do a PhD as well. I think I'll do a PhD. I think because the masters is gonna take maybe, well, I'm gonna do it part time as well. So my masters will be like what, 2 years, and with 2 years, then I'll do a PhD as well. I really want to do a PhD. I just feel like in this current climate, I'm so sorry to say this, but I feel like in this current climate, I need to just have the qualifications stacked up all the way up to here for me to be able to just protect myself. You know, I'm gonna get the experience, but I feel like certifications, I can get them, but degrees just have that je ne sais quoi. Do you get what I mean? Oh sugar, sorry. Oh, I had a flu jab today. Oh man, I moved my arm in a mad way. Oh my god, that freaking hurt. Oh my god. Is it swollen? Eesh. Feels hard. It's painful, but I had a flu jab last year, it's fine. Fabrice Afra, what are you working on? Hi Fabrice. I prefer Jennifer, not Darling, if that's okay. I don't know what it is about that. I just can't get behind it. But yeah, I'm working on building a machine learning sensory data processing platform. So it's a project which is going to implement a lot of, thank you Fabrice, or Fabrice. Fabrice is a really common Congolese name, you know, Fabrice. But yeah, like I'm building this project for my portfolio, and there's some tools here that I either haven't used in a long time, since being a DevOps engineer, or I'm not haven't familiarized myself with. So my hope is to kind of build it publicly for my portfolio and get, you know, some jobs and stuff, but also all of us learn along the way because I think it's exciting. JC Camerounais, hey Cameroon, welcome. That makes so much sense. Don't speak to me in French. Listen, my French is not great, okay? Je parle lingala, je parle anglais, je ne parle français, pardon. Nope. Honestly, French is not my strong point, unfortunately. But yeah, so let me see where I was at. So the name field under metadata should be aligned properly. Top done. Okay, cool. So this is what they're saying that my YAML file should look like. So most of it is correct, honestly. API version 1 is fine, kind pod is fine, metadata, the name, I put data collector. I want to remove the hyphen just to keep things consistent. Spec, then containers, and we have the name collector. Then image, this should be changed, which I've changed to data collector, because I'm not really sure what else it should be, honestly. And then, but it's also saying here that it should be aligned with that. Why am I getting all these errors, babe? Yo. What? Okay, so To fix this issue, add resources. Did that get rid of all of that? Ooh, content and anything. Okay, that got rid of all the errors. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna leave that as is because I have absolutely no idea. Okay, so let me just save this. So let me now check if this is correct. Is this correct? Oh, thanks, Fabrice. You have a GitHub handle, repo on your portfolio? Yeah. It's literally just my name, Jennifer Opal. But like I said, there hasn't been a project up there for quite a bit. Please don't judge me. But having these lives is a really good way for me to kind of have that accountability to building a project with everybody. And learn with everybody. So yeah. Hasn't been what's it called? Updated in a while. But this will be my first project. I know this is going to be a silly question, but what does a machine learning / DevOps project usually aim to do? That's a good question. So for me, the idea for me to create this project was a way for me to appeal to some data engineering roles and also some DevOps roles. I don't want to put myself in one box when it comes to finding opportunities. So my hope is that it will demonstrate my interest in neurodiversity as someone that's autistic and has ADHD. And then being able to kind of put myself out there for opportunities in data engineering, DevOps engineering, and further build on that skill set and demonstrate that. It may not necessarily work, in terms of getting the attention for data engineering roles. Might just lean more into DevOps or things like that. But my hope is that it will just demonstrate an interest in both. Using machine learning might appeal to data engineering, and these DevOps tools will appeal to data engineering as well. But I think it's a really cool project to have, and just do something different and unique, in the hopes of standing out more for opportunities. I hope that makes sense. And also, I wanted to kind of use the machine learning model that I created. I wanted to put it into a project for my portfolio. I really wanted to do that. And I literally just I used a llama, which is like a tool that you can use to download LLMs, and you can use LLMs offline and stuff. So things like Gemini for Google or Llama for Meta, for example. And I just kind of entered the code there and I said, give me a machine learning DevOps project that I can use to learn. And this is what is suggested. So now I'm just building it. I'm really terrible at sometimes at coming up with ideas. So I just lean on AI to give me an idea for a project, and here I am. So this would be really cool for DevOps projects and data engineering projects in my opinion. And yeah, I've got a lot more time in my hands. So now that I've been because I've been laid off, so I've got time to kind of build this project and also kind of do some self-learning on the side. And yeah, I hope that all makes sense. Oh. Are you doing Kubernetes? Yes, I am using Kubernetes at the moment. We did Docker. We created a Docker file, so now kind of creating a pod using Kubernetes. Oh, thanks, Ruby. Listen, unique is what I am. It's not every day, you know, a calculator in Python. I think also when you have like 5 years of experience and there's been some areas of your skills that you haven't that you've kind of like let slip away or you've forgotten or haven't nurtured. It's a really great way to kind of be like throw myself in the deep end. I've been in tutorial hell for a bit too long, so yeah. Oh, thank you. Honestly, the layoff was honestly a blessing in disguise. I have this opportunity now to kind of build projects that are interesting to me and build community and build on my learning and prepare for like job interviews and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna be like, I was trying to stream this on YouTube as well, and unfortunately just disconnected and just failed. But I'm gonna be doing this on YouTube and uploading the lives that I do here. I'm gonna find a way to upload that onto YouTube if you want to rewatch it. And yeah, it's a really cool opportunity. This is really cool. So let me have a look here. Claude reviewed it. It says the content is almost correct, but there are still indentation issues that will cause problems when applying the YAML file. YAML is very strict about indentation, and each level should be consistently indented. I have done that already. I also mentioned that it is indented, but just not formatting correctly in the chat. Didn't even read that. This is the same AI that's supposed to be taking our jobs. Mate. Notice that each nested level has a consistent two-space indentation. The hyphen in list items like containers and ports is at the same level as the property they belong to. Okay. Okay. Looks like it's ready to build. Oh my god, I think I'm ready to build a pod. Flip it out, I'm ready to build a pod. Okay. Right. So what? Oh no, I'm ready to build my image and apply the pod configuration. So in order for me to do that, it looks like the command is here. So this is me building my custom image. So let's, fingers crossed it works. Because then if it works, that is the first step of this project. We move on to Terraform on Thursday. So let's have a look. So let's have a look. So build your image with a specific tag like Docker build. So Docker build -t data collector latest. Let's see. Oh god. So no. Ooh. Did it work? Wait. What did I do? Oh, it said start a build and then it stopped. What did I do? I need a full stop at the end of the build. Like immediately after? Like this? Or like space build? What's it? Ruby, are you on Twitch too? I'm not on Twitch. You're not the first person to suggest Twitch. I am not on Twitch. I might have to jump on Twitch. I'm not on Twitch. You're not the first person to suggest this, but my partner suggested it too. It was like, you should go on Twitch. And I'm like, oh my god, there's so many platforms. Hold on. So at the end of... Hi, Neil. So you want to use step 2 first. Okay, let me delete all this and start from the top. Make this image available to Minikube first. So eval $, open bracket, Minikube, Docker -environment, and close. Right? Okay, here we go. Okay. That's done, it seems. I hope that's the right response for it to happen. Like, I was expecting to see some kind of writing. So then Docker build, you need a full stop at the end of the build. Okay, like that. -t data collector colon latest. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, so I typed something in incorrectly. Unknown shorthand flag. T. Okay, so the T is not supposed to be there. Would I slay on Twitch? Oh my god, I completely missed that on the second line. Thank you, Neil. I completely missed that. Oh my god, blinders about me. I must be getting tired for sure. There's also a slight typo here. Okay, so Docker build -t data collector colon latest full stop. Let's have a look. Piss off! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, don't gas me! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's doing it, 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 it's doing it! Oh, let me open it. This is so exciting! Oh my gosh, it is doing it! This is so exciting! Oh my gosh, it's doing it, guys, it's doing it! It's on step 5 of 9. Oh, this is so sick. Let me see. I didn't know you were doing coding lives. I love this. I'm in second year. Oh, hi, Makabongwe. Hi. This is my first coding live. I'll be doing another one on Thursday because I've got an assignment due in on Friday. Have I started? No. Am I going to ask for extension? 100%. Oh guys, we built it. We built it. We built the image. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, this is such a sick feeling. I've missed this feeling. I've missed this feeling. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, this is fantastic. We did it! Ah! Oh god, this is amazing. So, right, let me come up here. So this was our challenge. So we created a simple Python file that runs a basic web server. And that was here. And remember we went to it ran status okay here, so it's running on my local and it says status okay. So then the next step was, oops, sorry. There we go. Where was I? The next step of that project was then to create a Docker file to containerize it, which we just did. So we did that. We created a Docker file to containerize it. And then the next step was to create a Kubernetes pod manifest. a YAML file to run this container. We just did that. So we've just created that, and then the final step is to deploy it to the cluster. So now I've got to figure out how to deploy it to the cluster. So unless I've done that already. No, I haven't. Try updating the for these adjustments. Okay. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. Oh yes, here. Use Kube Central, apply F pod YAML to deploy once you're ready. I hope it doesn't crash anything. I also just remembered that I did use that command earlier when I followed that little tutorial in the Kubernetes doc, so it gives you an intro to Kubernetes. That does come up. So it does ring a bell. So this is the last thing. So to build and test your Docker image locally, done. You'll need to use Minikube Docker environment to make your local Docker images available to Minikube. We've done that. And lastly, use Kube Central, apply -f pod YAML to deploy once you're ready. It's Kube Control. I've been saying Kube Central. I've been telling people, what is it? I was waiting for someone to tell me, is it Central? Is it Control? What is it? Because my dyslexia just saw Central. I've been saying Central for all this time. Oh my God. This is recorded. Thank you for correcting me. I had no idea. So, okay, so it's Kube Control. Thank you. Kube Control. I'm recording Kube Central. Oh my God. I might just get that on the t-shirt. Kube Central. Oh my God. Oh my God. To be frank, I say kubectl. Oh, you do? Or kubectl. Kubectl sounds good. I like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's run this. This is hilarious. Oh gosh, where am I typing? Okay, here we go. Kubectl. Kube Central. kubectl. Then apply -f and then pod.yaml. So fingers crossed this runs okay. So let's see. And it says here pod-data collector created. Okay. I was expecting more. So then, oh, what is that command that I used earlier to have a look to see what's like? It was Minikube nodes? No, it was something else. Minikube something. To see all of the Kube Central sounds like a cool club. I'd join. Oh God. One, okay, I'll get pods to see if it's like, okay, that was it. So Kube Central. I want to say Kube Central. I like it. Oh, get pods. Let's have a look. There it is. Yay. That's right? It says 0 of 1. Oh no, error status, error image pool. So that's not working. The pods are failing. Okay. Now's the question of, well, I'm glad I can see the pod, but the pod is failing. Okay. So now to figure out how to not get it to fail. So your docked images aren't being pulled in. Do Cube Central get logs? Okay. So Cube Central get logs. The server doesn't have a resource type logs. Ooh. Is that supposed to happen? Where would I add that? Thank you, baby. So to get the logs, let me check here. Ooh, go back. I just saw this. Oh, so like, here's one example. Pod name, -n. I think it's your pod.yaml. What's your image tag? Let's see. Have a look. Data collector. Cube Central, get logs, pod name, namespace. Are they allowed to be the same? Okay, let's have a look. Let me minimize this so that you guys can see the terminal. Okay, so what was it? Okay, so this is the Cube Central Git pods here. Data collector. It's your tag. Your pod name is data collector. So I'm supposed to do Cube Central get data collector. So like that? Okay, maybe not. Okay. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I suggest fixing your pod YAML first. Okay. So change the image name. So put it was :latest. So put that. Does that look correct, everybody? I think that looks okay. I think that explains. Okay, now rerun the Cube Central apply. Okay. Okay, pod / data collector configured. Nice. So then git pods. Use git pods. Oh, still failing. Still failing. It should be Cube Central logs pod name and then namespace. So So the okay, hold on a sec, because I remember when I entered the command for Minikube to connect to Docker, there was another extra command that it suggested. This it was the eval. Hold on, it was in here. One second. What's it? It was up here somewhere. What did I do? There. So I did Minikube, Docker environment to point your shell to Minikube's Docker daemon. Run. Okay. That might be it. I feel like this might be it. I'm gonna run it anyway. So let's give that a shot. Okay. Okay. So cube, central, logs, data collector. Thank you, baby. C collector. Okay. Cube, logs, data collector, C collector. Error from server, bad requests containing collector in pod. Data collector is waiting to start, trying and failing to pull the image. Alright, let's look at the terminal. Let's have a look. See. So we built it here. The data collector got latest. Oh no, that had a typo. So here it was again. Here, Docker build -t data collector latest with a full stop. So it built it all. Build details here. I'd be interested to actually build, see what comes out. Mr. Chris Joel, hello. Your error suggests that it can locate. It can't locate, or it can locate the image in your YAML. Check the image name. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even come up as a job. Okay, there's no such job. Should I rebuild the image? Like, should I run the build again? Check click the images tab. Nothing in here in the images tab. But I just built an image. So how is it that this built the image with the images coming up on my Docker desktop? Is it supposed to fail? Maybe I have nothing to build. But then what's all this? It's getting late and I'm getting tired, but I really want to figure this out. The image did build. That's just a mini cube. Oh, last refresh 2 hours ago. Let me refresh this. Sorry, I thought that the image would come up here, because this is not it. Run Docker image. Run Docker image ls. Okay. Let's try that now. Docker image ls. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's a big image. 1.47 gigs. Didn't expect it to be that big. Oh my gosh, it is there. Okay, so the image is there. Okay. Okay, Minikube can't pull it. Let's try and Google some solutions. So, you can have a look here. Minikube can't pull image. Okay, I ran eval minikube docker env, then built a Docker container. When I run Docker images on my host, I can see the image. When I run minikube ssh, then Docker images, I can see it. When I try to run it, the pod fails to launch. Cube central. Describe pod gives this, okay. Okay, none of this relates to me because I don't have an image. I haven't done an image pull policy thing. I don't think this relates to me. I can try that again, baby. That is so. So. It'll be really cool to get this deployed. So then when I come back on Thursday, we can actually just kind of like refresh on what we've done so far and then jump into Terraform. Okay. That is literally all I've got. So let me run it's a different status. That was not the same status before. Image pull back off. I have never seen that status before. Right? It was different. Yeah. Before it was error image pull. Now it's image pull, then back off. Okay. That sounds like progress to me. Okay, let's have a look. Q. So let's have a look. So it's failed to pull the image multiple times. Okay. So that's what that error means. Okay. Can you scroll down on your YAML? Yeah, of course. So let me bring this down. So this is the YAML file. So you've got API version 1. Kind, pod, metadata, name, data collector, spec, and then under spec is containers, the name is collector, the image is data collector dot colon latest, ports, container port 8080, and then yeah, that's my image name, right? Is this one, right? Yeah, image name, data collector latest. On line 9. It's me kind of highlighting it here. Set the image pool policy to never. Where would that go exactly? Does that go under image? Oh. So image pool policy, change that to never. How's that? Sounds good, right? Okay. I'd say run minikube image load, data collector latest. Okay, let's try that. Minikube image load. Oh, separate words. Data collector latest. Okay, the image data collector latest was not found, unable to add it to cache. Would like to see your image name, your lights at the after images, yes. It tells Kubernetes not to pull the image from a registry. Okay. Thank you, baby. Now apply the, you can apply the YAML. Okay. There we go. So key central apply. Let's apply the YAML. Oh, this is different. Okay. The pod data collector is invalid. Spec forbidden. Pod updates may not change fields other than spec containers image. Okay. I'm guessing this is to do with the policy thing. Check if the image is in minikube. Or is that minikube? Is that minikube node list? Would that list the? Okay. So it was do minikube SSH Docker images and your image name. Okay. Minikube SSH. Do I need to include that too? Include the colon as well. So scrap. And then my image name is okay. Right, okay. Let's try that. Okay, SSH process exited with status 1. This is fun. I'm trying to think. So let me try to remember something. So definitely built it. The image is definitely created. We applied it. Let's check here. Still image pull back off. Something's off. Yeah. Something is off. I'm not sure what. Whatever it is in the pod YAML. Is Minikube correctly installed? Yeah? Minikube is installed correctly. You ran it earlier. Able to run Minikube commands. So from what I can see, it's been installed correctly. Oh shoot. Let's see what other commands they have. Do I need to start the Kubernetes cluster for this to deploy? But it's already started, right? I think it's already started. When you ran eval minikube docker environment, what did you get? Let's scroll back up. Nothing. It was just it was no response. Are you supposed to get a response? Oh my gosh, okay, so it's not correct. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, because when I first ran where was it earlier here? Somewhat up here, when I ran Minikube. There. When I ran Minikube Docker environment, I got this response. And then to point your shell to Minikube's Docker daemon, run this, which I did. But this gave no response. But this did. So that's why I assumed that it was installed correctly. I don't even drink. Well, I do kind of drink. I should, like, I'm not a wine babe, but this is like a perfect time for like a glass of wine to figure this shit out. Oh gosh. But it's starting to get late. What could it be? So I'm good. Okay, it's installed correctly. Yay. Okay, so that was run, and then let me have a look. Are the commands normally like case sensitive, like space sensitive? There is a couple of spaces in here. I'll just, oh, I don't know. I feel like I ran it already. Okay, so we went ahead and we built the image. We applied it. Twice. Key central get pods, data collector pod is there. But there was an error running an image pull. So we're on intro. Okay, let's try building the image one more time. Build the image one more time? Okay. Okay, let's try that. Oh my days. Okay, so it's docker build dash t. So let's rebuild the image. Right, yeah, baby. Hi, baby. I did it. Hi, Belle. I have no idea what the monkey image thing means. I don't know if it's like, oh no, should I fix it and figure this out? But my gosh, I want my head to hit the pillow so bad, but I also want to fix this. I don't plan on going live until Thursday. Or maybe I should just go live tomorrow night just so we can figure this out. I feel like we should go live tomorrow night to figure this out. Because it's getting late. It's coming up to 11 p.m. here. It's not that hard? Okay. Okay. Well, let's rebuild the image and let's see what happens. And then... So your pod is not running yet. Check the logs. So the logs command didn't work for me earlier, King Webe. So like it was just saying there's no logs coming up for me. If I have a look here. Where's the logs command? Yeah. Nothing was coming up for logs. The server doesn't have a resource type logs. Is that command okay? If I should delete the pod? Yeah, maybe I did it. I've been online for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's not that hard. Oh. If you have any solutions, use the 015936731. Let me know. Or we can always pause if we're still trying to like figure it out. We can always pause and carry on. I think I'll try and do this tomorrow, because I can feel my brain like I want to sleep. So is there use okay, let's try that command. Kubectl describe pod name. Pod name not found. So there's no pod running? But did we not just do that? Like there. Where was it? Here. We applied we ran a command to apply the pod, and it said there pod data collector created. There, data collector. Is it because do they both have the same? Do I have the same name? Yeah. The pod name is data collector. Is that not my pod? Data collector? Hold on, help my understanding, because I thought that when you create your pod using the pod.yaml file. That's the pod that you're creating. So it's, oh, okay. So okay, so run king will be command again. So okay, so cube, yeah. Oh, was that a typo? No, it wasn't. This is strange. I don't understand. Hold on. So Docker image ls is there. Yeah, so the image is there, that's fine. Cube, central. There you go. So the default cube node lease, cube public, and cube system all active. We created it. Does your pod even exist? We created it. Like we ran we applied the pod YAML file and it confirmed it was created. Oh. I'll give it a pause for tonight because I'm getting sleepy. Run kubectl git pods. Okay. There we go. Data collector, image pull back off. So the pod is there, the image is there, they're just not finding each other somehow. Yeah, we'll call it a night for tonight, guys. But we will absolutely pick up from this because I definitely I want all of us to find a solution together. I feel like that's like the best way to learn, and also for me too. And yes, this is Stack Overflow. I use it sometimes. Sometimes I use Stack Overflow, sometimes I use AI or use ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. I like it. I like using multiple resources. I think it's a good thing. This was fun. It really was, and I really enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna try it and come online tomorrow. And what's it called? The pod didn't get created, it's not in ready state yet. Okay. Okay, so even if it appears like this, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's created then? Yeah, we'll rely on AI next time. Will definitely help us come up with solutions much faster. Okay, I have this running on my local. But thank you guys. Thank you all so much for your help and the feedback and the likes and the comments and stuff. Like I really enjoyed like kind of like bouncing off with you. It really feels like I'm like pair programming again, which has been quite some time for me to do. So thank you all so much. We will be picking up from here. And I'll make sure that I have another separate chat where we can just use Claude or ChatGPT and find a solution together so that we can do it all together. But yeah, Thank you all so much. Thank you for following. Thank you for the likes. I hope you all get some rest. Make sure you eat some food and get hydrated and stuff. And it'll probably be tomorrow night. I'm gonna aim for about 7:30. I'm gonna aim for 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night. 7:30 p.m. GMT. GMT? Yeah. UK time. EST. Oh, I don't know what that is in EST. 7:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. GMT to EST. What is that? 2:30. 2:30. If not, but if it's not 7:30, at the latest 8 or 8:30. So at the latest 3:30 EST. And I'll be online for a couple of hours. So now I've got to go eat. But thank you all so much. It's been so fun. This has been so sick. Middle of a work day. I know. I was laid off a couple of weeks ago, so I've got a bit more time. But I'm gonna also like try maybe like either this weekend or next weekend to just have like a an afternoon session or something. But we'll see, because I like to enjoy the weekend, so we'll see. Hold me to that. Remind me. But enjoy your days. Get some food. Get some snacks. Make sure you eat and sleep well. And I'll see you tomorrow. We'll finish this off. Let's do this. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Oh, and I'm going to try my best to get this stream uploaded and put it onto YouTube if you want to watch it back. But yeah, I have to figure out how to do that from TikTok to YouTube. But I'll have to figure it out. And I'm going to figure out how to stream this on YouTube at the same time as well, in case you guys want to watch it on there instead. But yeah. Hi, Emperor. Yes, this is Kubernetes. We're learning Kubernetes and Docker and building a project together. So follow along, and I'll be back live tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams. Bye.